I am Michael. I stood at the right hand of the Creator, and once I called Lucifer my brother. But before the battle, before the fall, there was love, and you must hear it. This is the story of Michael, the archangel, the warrior of heaven. This is the story of Lucifer, the son of the morning, the light of the world. This is the story of us. We were brothers, Lucifer and I, and we lived in a place of unimaginable beauty. The choirs of angels sang in the silver seas, and the stars blazed with eternal fire. It was a place of perfect peace, where all was harmony and love. Our days were spent in worship, in praising the Creator. Our nights were spent in watching over creation, walking side by side through the gardens of light. We were not rivals. I, Michael, was not Lucifer's enemy. We were brothers, and there was nothing he desired more than to be near me. He would tell me, "Michael, you are the epitome of light, the perfection of God's image. I see in you the radiance of the Father, and I long to be closer to that light." And I believed it too. I saw in Lucifer the finest qualities of the divine, and I loved him as a brother. We flew together on errands for God, racing across the universe to be the first to answer creation's cries. We raced side by side, our wings beating in unison, and I heard Lucifer laugh, and I echoed his mirth. Then came the day when God created a new world, a world of clay and water, and he breathed into it the spark of life. "Let them," he said, "be the crowning glory of creation, the final masterpiece. Honor them, guard them, love them. They are the pinnacle of all that I have made." Lucifer and I stood before the newborn race of men and women, and I looked upon them and saw the divine image shining in their eyes. But something stirred within Lucifer, a dark fire that had not been there before. He asked, "Shall fire bow to clay? Shall the sons of light serve the children of dust?" And as I looked into his face, I saw that pride had awakened in him, and I knew then that our brotherhood was no longer safe. For Lucifer whispered rebellion and gathered a host unto himself, 1/3 of the angels who sang with him. They soared beside him, enthralled by his promises of greater glory, of dazzling crowns and flaming thrones. And every day I watched as more of my friends flew with him, leaving me behind. Their songs turned from joyful hymns to questioning murmurs, then to outright rebellion. And each note that Lucifer sang chipped away at my soul. I knew the time would come when the music would cease and the storm would break. I felt the gathering darkness within me and knew I must choose between two loves, the God who had made me and the brother I had lost. I chose my Maker, my God. I chose the light. And when Lucifer turned against the choirs, I led the host of loyal angels against him, and I say it was not a battle of Michael against Lucifer, but of light against light, of love against love. Voices once in harmony now clashed in discordant cries. I fought not with hatred, but with sadness, for I was striking against brothers. I fought with tears in my eyes, for I was facing Lucifer. And when I came at last upon him, my sword raised high, I saw not an enemy before me, but the one who had been my friend. And I cried out in anguish, "Lucifer, my brother, why have you done this?" But he only laughed, a sound devoid of mirth, and said, "This crown was made for me, Michael, and I will wear it whether in heaven or in hell." Then I knew that the Lucifer I had loved was gone. And so I struck. God spoke then, and his voice boomed through the heavens. "Lucifer, you are cast down, you and all who follow you. Depart, you light of the morning extinguished into darkness." And just like that, the battle ended. For there was no hope of reason with Lucifer, no hope of mercy from God. He fell with a great roar, the like of which had not been heard since the foundations of earth were laid. And as he fell, the light went out of his face, and he was no more. The silence that followed was worse than the battle, for it echoed with the memory of what had been. And heaven was never quite so joyful, never so full of song as it had been before. For in that moment of victory, I knew that I had triumphed, but I had taken no trophy home. Love was lost. And then God sent me to watch over the world, to wage war against the darkness that Lucifer had embraced. And as I look down on men, I see his whispers echoing still, envy and war and pride and ambition. And I know that the battle was not fought in vain, but that it was only then that his shadow began to rise. For 6,000 years I have battled Lucifer, and I have seen the best and worst of men. And I tell you this, if Lucifer can be brought low, how much more so, the children of men. I tell you this because I was once like you, proud and ambitious, believing that I could forge my own destiny. But pride destroyed my brotherhood, and it can destroy you. I am Michael, the archangel. I am not ashamed of my scars. I bear them proudly, for they are a reminder of my victories. But I would give them all back, all the glories of heaven, all the triumphs of war, if I could only hear Lucifer's laughter ringing through the halls of my God once more. If I had to choose between him and Lucifer, I would choose the Almighty, for without him, I am but a warrior without a cause. But my story is also a warning to you who hear my words today. Do not let pride take root in your heart, for it will destroy everything you hold dear. Let humility be your shield against Lucifer's lies. Let the light of God guide your path, and may the peace of God be with you always. If this story touched you, share your thoughts and join me again as we uncover the battles of heaven and the lessons they hold for earth.